Welcome everybody
Oh,
to the K&B Music Den. We are so excited. Man, I tell you what, I don't know about you, Brad, but this just kind of brought back the old days to me of trying to find that record and you have to go to multiple stores and it didn't ship to this store in time and we found the guy that has it and it was exciting. It was like the old days of music.
it was. We had to track this album down.
Yeah. Well, what album are we talking about?
Oh, it would be Hackney Diamonds by the Stones.
The Stones. Guys, let's be honest. Did we think we were going to get another full album of original material from these guys?
I was hoping so, but doubting it.
Hoping so, but doubting it.
Yeah.
So A Bigger Bang was what, 2005, I believe?
Yeah.
And then we had Blue and Lonesome, which was a covers album.
Yep.
Which is great in its own right, but, it's a covers album.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you see that, right? See that? Rolling Stones. So, I tell you, we have been so excited for this. The first two advanced singles, which I'm sure you guys have heard, Angry and Sweet Sounds of Heaven, we both, correct me if I'm wrong, thought they were very, very,
good.
very strong.
Yep.
So, I don't know about you, there was that moment, because Angry is the first single, so we just listened to this together.
Yes.
We never do this. So,
Nope.
Brad had the day off, so we hunted down the album. He hunted down the album.
Yeah, we have jobs, guys. We're not bums.
Yeah,
We have
okay.
vacation, though, too.
Yeah, don't judge. So he found the album, found us each a copy. Thank you again.
Yep.
So we just sat in my living room, listened to it on my Pioneer turntable through my big old Sony speakers that I've had since I was in high school, by the way. Still sounds great.
It does.
Yep.
It sounds fantastic.
That's the way to listen to a brand new landmark album is on wax.
Yeah, we waited.
Well, we should show the folks. Not everybody has this yet, and we're doing our review
Yep.
pretty early. So let's show the folks what they're going to get if they get the vinyl. In case you forgot the name of the band,
They make sure you know it.
in the Hackney Diamonds, there's those diamonds falling, those shards of glass.
Do you know what a Hackney Diamond is?
I thought they said something about when the car window gets smashed or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
So shards of glass. Yeah.
Yep.
So there are the songs. If you guys need to know what they are, gosh, I don't even know if that's going to show up backwards for you, but we'll see.
It might.
We'll see. Google it. Or actually, don't. Just listen to what we're about to
Yeah.
say. So we don't usually do this. We usually do just a general overview, but we are going song by song on this.
Yeah,
one.
I think we should.
I feel like it's an REM
It's a
album.
big one. It's a big one, yeah.
This is huge.
Yep.
And again, before we go in song by song, I just want to say again that this was this is an exciting day. This, like I said, it brings back the nostalgia. I remember back with the old Music Den, which is where we get our name from, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the independent record store that was at the outlets. That was both of our favorite jobs probably ever.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dave Lynn, Cheryl Lynn, Keith Beatty, Courtney Shue. Who else am I forgetting?
A lot
of
of
other people. Yeah. You know who you are. But I remember, for example, when the Metallica Black Album came out in the early 90s, there was a line wrapped around the back of the store at midnight to buy the album. It just doesn't happen anymore. So we didn't go out at midnight, but this is the closest thing we're ever going to get to that
Yeah,
again.
probably. I would say so.
With the physical format mattering, the album, not just a single, mattering.
Yep.
So first and foremost, before we dive in, thank you to the Rolling Stones for having me feel this feeling that I haven't felt in a very, very long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, you want to dive in?
Let's get it.
Let's get angry. So, the first song is Angry. Now, we've all heard it. I don't feel the need to spend a ton of time on this, but I will say, as it ended up falling in the sequence, I think it was great to put that as the opening song.
It was perfect.
I think it opens the
Perfectly
album
lined up. Like you said, we don't have to talk about the song much because we talk about the video.
Oh, you saw that.
Is she married?
Oh,
man.
She's gonna be married if she's not because she's got a suitor.
I'm gonna look her up.
You just got yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, holy crap. Actually, it's funny you mentioned the video because I want to. My mom's she's very hip. My mom is 86 years young, and she loves all types of music. Actually, there's this funny quick story. One time years ago, she went to buy a new car. And the young man was there, and he said, "Okay, so what radio stations do you want me to program for you? I'll preset it for you. Like, what kind of music do you like?" And my mom, with a straight face, says, "Well, I like Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I like Smashing Pumpkins, and I like a little bit of Korn." And the guy starts laughing. He says, "No, really?" And she's like, "No, really." So it's funny.
Yeah.
But so she was interested, and I said, "Have you heard the new Stone single, Mom?" So I pulled up the video for her on YouTube, and she's like,
Yeah.
whoa. Yeah.
I was a fan.
Yeah.
Of the billboards, obviously. All the billboards are showing.
That was actually cool how they showed like their all different eras and stuff. That's what we were looking at.
Yeah.
So anyway, so dude, we're not angry about that one at all.
No.
So track 2 is called "Get Close." I'm gonna come right out and say now, maybe because I've heard it so many times with Angry, but I actually like this song more than Angry.
Do you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I like it more than Angry.
Okay.
I like it a lot though.
Yeah.
I really like this song a lot. And you'll see me looking at my phone. This is how I took notes, man. We were sitting right in the living room.
I'm old school.
Notes.
I grabbed the pad and pen.
But yeah, this song was really good. I mean, it was a great follow-up to Angry.
Yeah, 1-2 punch, like we say.
I was happy to hear because we've heard the 2 songs. So this is the first song we hadn't heard pop up.
And did you have that moment right as Angry ended? Like, oh, how is this going to go? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I felt that too.
Yeah. I put on this one that this was more a little bit more bubblegum to me than the first one, where it had a little bit more.
Yeah.
This is fun. This was a fun song, but very good.
Yeah,
very good.
It was fun. I think as we move along here, some of these ones I think got a bit more poppy than Get Close, in my opinion. But it starts with just the drums, loud and proud, which is just like rock and roll. I think the production's great. It's got a nice full band sound. Yeah. We only listened to it once, so. I feel like, I hope I'm not wrong and embarrass myself, but I feel like I caught some horns in there.
I don't remember.
So, I
don't remember.
Now, again, this is another thing we rarely do is just a one-time listen and just boom.
Boom, yeah.
Like, we've literally just finished listening to this and we're like, go, review it.
Yeah.
So, no, we're not trying to grab views. That's not why we're doing this.
No.
No, honestly, we have been excited about this Stones album because we're Stones fans.
Yep.
If the views come, they come. So, now, why don't you tell us what the next song is there?
Depending on you.
Well, depending on you, how do you feel about it?
I like this one. This one I actually liked a little bit more than the last one we were talking about.
Okay, get close.
Yeah, I enjoyed the lyrics on it.
Yes.
The first thing I noticed is Mick's voice sounds fantastic.
That's exactly what I wrote.
Is that what you wrote?
Yeah.
Okay. Mick's voice sounds fantastic. I mean, for being his age, and as soon as the track came on and he started singing, I went, damn, he still has it. Like, if you're a Mick fan, you're not going to be upset with this album. I mean, he sounds good.
Dude, spoiler alert, Mick's vocals on this whole album are, and I wrote it down, you can see right here, I wrote down what I wrote down, astonished me.
Yeah.
They astonished me. This guy's almost 80 years old.
Yeah.
And if you told me that some of these cuts were recorded back in the 70s, I wouldn't blink and say, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, he sounds fantastic.
I mean, wow.
So that's the first thing I noticed on that track. I mean, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, and I like some of the lyrics on this. I kind of jotted down where it says,
you caught some, yeah.
Yeah, like where he wrote, now I'm too young for dying, but I'm too old to lose because I was depending on you. I thought that was really...
That's a great hook.
Yeah,
that's a great hook.
Great line.
I put the lyrics and vocals continue to impress me as we hit the third song in the album. It's got that classic mid-tempo Stones ballad feel.
Yep.
Mick is yearning for a lost love on this, clearly, with the lyrics, and man, who else can pour that out?
He did well on that.
And the background vocals stood out to me as well on this one.
Yep.
So, yeah, and I think, slowing down the pace a bit after the first 1-2 punch in the face, like we say, I think was a smart move. And again, albums matter, folks. Sequencing.
It does.
Matters, at least to us.
Yeah.
So number 4 is a song called Bite My Head Off. And if you folks didn't know, this is the song that Paul McCartney is a guest musician and plays, of course, his bass.
Yeah.
So, and actually, even where there's a little break about 2/3 of the way through the song, and you even can hear Mick shout in the background, "Come on, Paul!"
Yeah, he does. He does.
I thought that was so cool. So, what are your thoughts on this one, buddy?
This one surprised me quite a bit. This was the punk song on the album to me.
Yeah.
Very up-tempo.
Yeah.
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
Lyrically and musically. I mean, I think Mick, does he say fuck in this song?
More than once.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, he was trying to go for a parental advisory, apparently, on this one.
And now he just said it on our video. But that's okay. That's okay. When I upload these, it says if it's for kids or not. I always put no.
We're going to put yes for this one.
And then, see what happens. That's the only way we'll go viral is for,
swearing at children.
Swearing at children. Yeah, I was trying to think how to say it. Yeah, man, again, I've noticed a trend here on several of these songs, which I'll point out as they come along. But again, this is another song where Mick and his woman, there's a conflict there.
Man, it was all over this album.
It is.
Whether or not it's a real thing or not, I don't know.
I don't know.
Man.
I think it's fun. But this one is even more raw and edgy than Angry, in my opinion. Like you said, it's like the punk song.
It is the punk song on the album to me.
And like we talked about, I wrote down here, Mick snarling and dropping F-bombs.
And he was.
I mean, that's enough reason to tune into that song.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, following up Depending on You. So we're back in the more aggressive mode here. This is Stones. This is rock and roll. A little dirty. Love it, man. So we're a third of the way through the album.
Yeah.
Have you heard a song you didn't pretty much love yet?
No.
I mean,
no. So far, 4 for 4.
Yeah. This is a home run here.
Yep.
So now we go to track 5, Whole Wide World. A different kind of a song than we've heard so far on the album, right?
It's a little different. It's a little different. Again, I think it was strong vocally. I mean, vocally and lyrically. Musically, it's different. It has a different vibe to it.
Yeah.
Still, I really enjoyed it. I mean, lyrically, when the whole wide world's against you and you're standing in the rain and you want someone right beside you to pull you up again, it's just, I mean, lyrically, you can grasp onto it pretty well.
Yeah.
Musically, it's, different, like you said.
Well, now, to me, to my ears, I felt, at least to this point in the album, and probably for the whole thing now to think about it, it sounded like the poppiest song on the album.
Yeah, I would agree.
To me. Even more than Get Close, in my opinion. But again, man, it rocks in its own way. And you want to talk about some killer guitar work on this album.
Yeah, Mick sounds fantastic. I mean, Keith.
Keith and Ronnie Wood. And
they sound fantastic.
So, yeah, I mean... All right, well, let's finish this side and then talk a little bit about just in general with the album before we go to side B and just talk about, I hate to talk about their age and bring it up, but I've never seen anything like this. Like, where a bit... Now, again, there's solo artists, okay? There's Paul Simon. There's Neil Young. There's Bob Dylan. Putting out albums in their late 70s, even 80s, that are absolutely fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And you've heard us talk about them on the channel. I can't think of a band that is pushing 80 that has put out an album that anyone even cares about, let alone is so far great.
So far.
Yeah. So
well, you got Dreamy Skies now. What did you think of this one?
Well, let's see. What did I write? Okay, here we go, folks. You ready for this? I wrote down that it sounds like a long-lost cut from the Beggar's Banquet album.
Sure.
Right?
I would agree.
And I'm not even saying it's in the style of it. It has a similar sound to some of the songs. No, I'm saying that production aside, which you can tell it's a bit more modern than what they had to use back then. But production slightly aside, I'm saying if they released a Beggar's Banquet deluxe, vault. Oh, we never even found. There was a couple songs they recorded. We never even, we just unearthed them. And you told me this was Dreamy Skies was that, and they recorded it back then. I wouldn't bat an eye. And I think about what I just said and what that actually means.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's to me, this is my favorite track on Side Eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Keith's right. It harkens back to classic Stones. Has a great bluesy vibe. Great lyrics about getting away and just resetting from life.
Yeah.
And I mean, classic Mick. I mean, it just sounds fantastic.
There's amazing slide guitar. There's harmonica. It's everything you want in that slow, mid tempo, leaning towards slow. That country rock thing that they did so well. He even name checks Hank Williams in the song.
He does
in the lyrics. Did you catch that? Yeah.
He should name drop Graham Parsons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being that he helped him out quite a bit with that.
Exactly. So that's side A, folks. We just talked about the first 6 songs there. So when I went across the room to flip the vinyl over, and we've got 6 more songs coming, at that moment, what were you thinking about this album?
So far, I was very pleased.
Yeah.
Very pleased. Surprised.
Yeah.
That we were getting what we were getting.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So, So we're going to go on to side B.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I hope I don't mess it up.
I hope you don't either. I was worried he was going to mess up turning the record, so...
Well, no, I don't do that. Remember, loyal subscribers, who is the one that fumbles around and doesn't treat their vinyl well?
Hands, man. They're just...
Yeah.
They're not good.
These are delicate hands. We don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
No.
We're so excited. Honestly, we're still so excited. I am on a high from listening to this album. So let's mess it up, buddy. Now to me, I wrote that's the 3rd song so far, and now it's the 7th song on the album. It's the 3rd song so far where Mick is having woman problems.
He is. And to me, talk about women, this sounds a little bit like something off of Some Girls.
What did I write here for messing
You
up?
didn't write it.
Some Girls era sound? Question mark?
Shit, there it is. Well, you can see it on mine.
Yep, so...
All right, well, we're on the same page.
Okay.
We're on the same page.
So we're either both wrong or both right. you decide.
Yeah, so yeah, to me this had the Some Girls vibe.
It totally does.
Which was one of my top 3 or 4 Rolling Stone albums, so
yeah.
I'm more than happy with that.
Well, and to go along with the Some Girls vibe, I wrote it has a slinky groove.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some high energy to open up side B. It's got a great bridge where they sing, because I say they because it's the background too. Do you want to hear it? And then they repeat that at the end. Do you want to hear it? He's talking to his woman again. I think like, hey, listen up, get in line. So poor Mick, man. It sounds like
he's having a rough one.
Maybe we need to Google his love life because I don't know.
It's
man.
troubled. It's troubled.
But it's making for some great music.
It is,
as it typically does.
Yep.
So what's next here, Brad?
Live by the Sword.
Live by the Sword. Track 8, track 2 on side B.
Elton John's foray into Rolling Stones territory. How do you think he meshed in with the band?
Oh, is Elton John?
Elton John.
He's on this, you mean?
Yeah, he's on this.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Wow. Okay, Mr. Google.
Okay.
Well, I like it even more now. No, I just said it has a nice galloping verse. Galloping, Elton? Okay, that makes sense now.
Yep.
I mean, I sound like a broken record, but I wrote it here for this song too. What'd I say? Mick's vocals are unreal.
Yeah.
And I like the nice halftime bridge. It's brief, but it's a nice moment in the song. And another great guitar solo. I wrote that it's dirty, it's grimy. Now
it feels like a Elton John dragging the Stones into one of those bluesy bar piano rooms.
Yeah.
Where you got a bunch of drunks listening to a guy on a piano with a full band this time. That's what it sounds like to me. It's well done.
Well put. And you know what I noticed, man? We heard the F-bombs in another song. Did you notice when Mick sang, coming out of the bridge and solo section, and I quote, I don't know if I have all the words exactly right, but you get the meaning. If you live like a whore, you better be hardcore.
Yeah.
Dude, these guys are not pulling any punches. No. They're not writing songs about their great-grandkids and their grandkids and their puppies at home. They're writing songs like they used to write decades ago about women and sex and drugs and rock and roll and life and liberty and the pursuit of rock and roll.
Yeah.
So, I mean, wow, dude. So, yeah, we're now 2/3 of the way through the album.
You are?
Have you yet heard a song you didn't pretty much love?
I can't say I have. No. So far, very happy with everything.
Dude, this is, I mean, I don't want to say I'm shocked because it's the Rolling Stones.
Oh, I'm shocked.
But,
I am shocked because it's at this age to pull off the sound. I'm shocked at Mick's voice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm shocked that the musicianship still sounds just tight, well put together. I mean, shocked at the lyrical content. It's like you said, it's not I'm old and...
Yeah.
It's...
yeah, I'm old.
This sounds like something that could be on Exile Main Street. I mean, these guys are still...
There's definitely some Exile vibes on some of these tracks.
There is.
Now, the production is... You can tell that it was not recorded back then because of the production, but saying that, I'm not saying that the production is overproduced. I'm not saying it's too glossy. I'm not saying it doesn't sound like the Stones. Oh, it sounds like the Stones.
It does.
But with a bit of a modern twist that works.
It works.
I would say. So, production-wise, I'm talking about
absolutely.
specifically. So, we are on to Driving Me Too Hard. Brad, it is now the 4th song on this album where Mick is checking his woman, as I wrote it. Now, it's a bit more mid-tempo, but it still rocks. And again, more great background vocals stood out to me on this song. What say you about Drive Me Too Hard?
This would be, if I was forced at gunpoint to go favorite track to least favorite track, this would be my least favorite track. Not to say it's a bad track
I might agree.
Not to say it's a bad track at all. This is a very good Stones track. It's just, this album has so many great moments on it. This one just, to me, was the least grabbing.
It didn't quite, astonish as much as the other songs.
I would agree.
I would agree.
Yep.
And again, remember, we only listened once.
Mm-hmm.
You going to be listening again later?
Oh, I'm going to listen on the way home.
Yeah, man. This thing is so good. And again, just thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rolling Stones, for doing this. You could have just hung it up, and just toured and just played the songs, from the heyday that people scream out. there are going to be people screaming out the names of some of these
certainly.
songs.
Yeah.
I mean, guaranteed.
Yep.
This is a triumph.
It is.
So why don't you tell me straight about the next one, buddy?
Tell me straight. Well, the first thing we both did, because again, we listened to this together.
Oh, yeah,
the first time.
Yeah.
And we both went, who the hell's singing?
Yeah.
Who the hell's singing? I'm Googling on my phone. He's over there.
I'm looking at the liner notes.
Yeah. And I think we've come to the conclusion this is Mick. Keith.
It has to be Keith.
It has to be Keith with Mick singing harmonies.
And here's part of the reason why I feel confident in that. And I mentioned this to you, Brad. I'm going to show the folks. I don't know. They probably can't see it, but it says, who's in the band.
Yeah.
And for Mick and Keith, it says vocals. And for Ronnie Wood, it says backing vocals.
Yeah.
So, as we were getting through, about halfway through the song, we're like, okay, of course this is Keith. Not just because process of elimination, but we were starting to hear it.
Yep.
I will say, though, his voice...
If it's Keith, he's sounding really good.
Yeah, but it's not...
Because he's a little gravelly usually to me.
Yeah.
And this is not as gravelly.
It was smoother.
It was.
Which is odd, because you think of the age again, and I hate to bring it up, but again, when you're pushing 80,
Yeah.
I can't imagine my dad making an album.
Now, we could both be completely wrong on this. It could be John Mayer singing for all we know. But
Yeah.
I think we've come to the conclusion that it's Keith.
Yeah. Please comment and ridicule us if we're wrong.
Yeah.
But assuming it's Keith, it's a smoother, less gravelly sound, which you would think with the way he's lived his life and aging that it would be even more gravelly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a cool twist for me to hear a different vocal there. And again, they've done this throughout their career. You get a Keith song, usually at least one. Yeah, I thought it was a nice change of pace. The song has a cool, mellow groove. It's a bit on the shorter side compared to a lot of songs, but I think fit the song.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a good song. Again, this isn't my top half of the record, but it's not my least favorite track by any means.
No, yeah. And I thought sequencing-wise, because Sweet Sounds of Heaven is coming next, guys.
Yeah.
And this is the second to the last song on the album. So to put that mellow song right before this amazing ballad, I thought was kind of cool. It's almost a little unexpected.
Exactly.
So good sequencing there, boys, as well. We all have heard Sweet Sounds of Heaven. We know Lady Gaga's on it. We know Stevie Wonder's on it. When you first heard this song, not here on the vinyl tape, when you first heard the song, what was your initial reaction?
Oh, I was blown away by it.
Yeah, me too.
I was blown away. No offense to Lady Gaga, but when I heard the name tapped in, I went, okay, this is going to be some sort of push for radio play, or I don't know.
Let's do a collaboration. Yeah.
But man, it was good, and her vocals are great. She duets beautifully in there, and
yeah.
This is a Triumph song again. We use the word Triumph a lot, but this is a big song for them.
Yeah. If you can see, tell the folks what I wrote for this song.
A pure miracle. Perfection. There you go.
That's all I wrote was a pure miracle, perfection.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time I heard that song.
Yeah.
Just lyrically, vocally, the band, Lady Gaga is incredible on it.
She is.
Now I've actually heard. I've mainly heard the main version, like we heard on the album the other day, but I have heard a version where she sings the second verse. Where on the album he sings the second verse and then she comes in later, which I prefer.
Yeah.
Because it's a Rolling Stones song. Again, she did a great job. No knock on her at all. So, how are you going to end? And let's face it, there's a very good chance that this ends their recording career. With Rolling Stone Blues, appropriately.
Yes, it is.
What'd you think of this one, buddy?
Well, it's very, like you said, it's fascinating that they picked this to end it. Because, do you know much about the song?
Oh, I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Muddy Waters song.
Oh.
This is where they got their name.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They were pressed to come up with a name quick, and they had the Muddy Waters album there. And
I didn't realize that this version was, but I knew that story, but okay, I didn't connect the dots.
So this is their cover of that song from Muddy Waters. And
what a great period at the end of the sentence.
Yeah, it is. If this were to be your last recording, why not do the song you named yourself after?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Even more so. Now, thank you for
your
knowledge.
And the Stones have always done the blues way better than they should.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm always and Keith knows, I'm very, what's the word? I'm very much into blues.
Yes.
But traditional blues. I really like the blues singers, the guys who came from the area. A lot of the times I find bands ripping off the blues sound.
Not as authentic.
This is not at all the case. They really get it down. So,
Well, and to my ear, it sounds like
Yeah.
it's primarily just Keith on an acoustic, Mick singing. There's a bit of harmonica.
Yep.
There's not much to it.
That's a
and
blues song.
Yeah, exactly. And
It's a blues song.
Well, and I wrote down that it almost sounds like it was the way they recorded it intentionally. Of course, it almost sounds like it was recorded back in like the 1920s.
Which is perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. What a brilliant way to
That's
end
a
the
great
album.
ending.
Brad, to say I'm blown away
Yeah.
is a huge understatement. And I've said it before, I'll say it again to the guys. Thank you. Now, do you think? Well, I think I saw an interview with Jimmy Fallon with the guys. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Stones enthusiasts. I thought I heard one of the guys say during that interview, or maybe I read online, that they recorded more songs than this. So, will we get a deluxe version? Will we just get another new album? Will they just say, hey, you know what? We picked the best songs. This thing kicks ass.
Yeah.
Just leave it be.
They should.
I don't know. Well,
I mean,
they should leave it be, but you want to hear more if it's there.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If this is the last, that's an exclamation point on the end of your career.
Yeah.
There's no need to. You nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a walk-off home run. So, I mean...
Oh, it is. It is. Well put. Walk off home run. Now,
Yeah.
look, let me ask you. I'm going to just go ahead and put you on the spot right now.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a big question.
Mhm.
You ready? Would you say, only after one listen, would you say that this is the best Rolling Stones album that has been released since Some Girls?
Oh, I would say so.
I would too.
I would say so.
I would too.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of look at their career in chunks. Like, these are my favorite albums. These are kind of middle class. These are like,
Yeah,
low.
yeah.
And then this would be in the definitely upper half.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got, your Let It Bleeds, your Exile, your Sticky Fingers. I mean, this ain't like very far behind those. I mean...
Well, I agree. And let me remind you, though, by asking that question and giving me that answer, you just put this brand new album, Hackney Diamonds, above Tattoo You,
Yes.
above Emotional Rescue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
I agree.
Okay. All right.
I agree.
Yeah.
And Brad, seriously,
Mhm.
let's take a moment and just think about this. They just released an album that is the best thing they've done since 1979,
Oh, I would say so.
and they're damn near 80 years old.
Yeah.
Again, I hate to harp on it, but a lot of 80-year-olds I know can't even get up and walk. I mean, like, seriously. I mean,
true.
and that, I mean,
It's
that, and
true.
that's very sad. But this, we will.
Well, this goes back to the argument I always made with Keith.
Please,
that the Rolling Stones are the greatest rock band of all time. And he tells me it's the Beatles. He says, oh, they're the Beatles. The Beatles. I would dare Lennon, McCartney, Paul to put an album that strong out in their 80s. Do you think they could have done it?
I don't think they could have.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you're right. And I think
The longevity is amazing with this band.
I need to rethink my entire stance on the Beatles versus Rolling Stones debate after hearing this album once.
Oh, yeah.
That's how fucking good it is. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, go out and buy it. Like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
go out and buy it. Don't just stream it. Go buy it
Oh, buy
if
it.
you can find it.
This is going to be their last great. If someone told me they can top this, I would just...
No.
There's no chance. No chance
No
at all.
way,
This is the
no.
last great Stones album.
And it
Because
is,
it's that good.
and it's not. And here's the thing, because we've been talking about their age a lot, right or wrong. And I apologize if it offends people, but it's just I'm doing it as from the standpoint of being in awe.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm not doing these old fuckers. No, I mean, like, I'm in awe at what I'm listening to and related to their age.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think this world will ever again
No.
see a group of musicians get together and record something at that age bracket that will be this good. It's
Yeah.
never going to happen.
No.
And we're lucky enough. I know this is going to sound cosmic and crazy, but I mean it. We are lucky enough, Brad, to be alive
Yeah.
when this happened. Like,
It's
that's how big of a deal this is to me.
It is a great... I mean, that's my whole point with the Stones is, like, when I always said they're the greatest rock band, yeah, I mean, the Beatles had an 8-year period of greatness.
Unparalleled
Yeah.
greatness in some ways.
But how long has the Stones been now? I mean, this is...
Guys,
Oh.
it's unfortunate to be, someone who's part of a music discussion channel and find yourself speechless.
Oh yeah.
Because that's, I don't know if I have anything left to say.
No, he's right. Go out and buy the album.
Yeah.
It's their it's their last masterpiece. I mean, this thing is this was not a letdown in any way.
Would you put this? I don't even know which album number this is of theirs. But
I've lost track.
would you confidently say, just right off the bat after one listen, it's in the top 10?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I think in my head I had this thing listed somewhere around 6 or 7. Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
So, okay. So what is it above then for you? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Well, below, it's going to be below Exile. Exile to me is
that's a better way to look at it. Yeah.
my favorite rock album of all time.
Yeah, okay.
And you got Sticky Fingers. You're going to have Some Girls. I really love Some Girls. It's just an album that's just stuck with me. Let It Bleed's going to be above
I knew
it.
that you were going to say that.
Yeah, Let It Bleed's going to be there.
Beggar's Banquet?
Yeah, Beggar's Banquet.
Okay.
So that to me right there is the $5 grand.
Yeah, 5 or 6, yeah.
Where I would, if you have 5 Stone albums, those are the ones I have. Now after that,
is this above Goat's Head Soup?
oh man, see that's right there
might
where
be.
that's the fight. That's where this thing's fighting.
It
at,
might
is Goat's
be,
Head
dude.
Soup.
It might be.
And yeah, I would probably take this one over Goat's Head at this point. So I would probably say 6th. I'd probably have this listed 6th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know what this means. We're going to have to do our ranking video at some point.
Yeah, but yeah, I would have this around 6th as far as Stones albums.
Yeah. Well, guys, we've rambled on, but it was worth it for this one, man.
Yeah.
We went song by song. I will always remember this day, man.
Oh yeah, this is a great
And I
day.
will remember hanging with you.
Yeah, we got to spend the day off listening to the new Stones. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I will always remember this, man.
And I'm going to go home and take a nap.
Well, I'm going to go inside and take a nap.
After he uploads us.
Yeah, exactly. Upload it. No. So, guys, you know what we're going to say. Tell us what you think in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
Please share this video. This is a big one for us. Please share it on social media. We are Brad and Keith from the K&B Music Den. If you're new to us, please subscribe to the channel. Yep. We reviewed the new Paul Simon a while back. Didn't we? Yeah.
We did something. Most importantly, tell us where you would rank this. Because now I'm curious after Keith brought that up. Even if you hate this album, tell us how much you hate the album. I'm curious if we're just fanboys on this one, or if we're actually just this is actually just amazing.
I think it's just amazing, but I would love long-time Stones fans to chime in and say, hey guys, you're getting a little carried away here. But to say, it is definitely, I would easily say it's definitely better than anything they've released since like 1990 and forward.
Oh yeah, well, I don't think that's a question.
To me, it even beats all the 80s stuff. But wow, Tattoo You's a damn good album. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
So, like you said, a walk-off home run. If this ends up being a walk-off home run, bravo.
Yeah,
as I would say. So, thanks for checking it out. Let us know what you think of Hackney Diamonds. We are going to be listening to this over and over again and enjoying the fact that a rock and roll album can come out in 2023 and mean something and kick ass.
Oh, yeah.
So, we are thrilled. We are out of words. You're probably thinking, thank goodness. So, let us know what you think. We are interested in what you think. And, help us get up to, we're eventually going to get to at least 500 subscribers here.
Yeah.
This video might help. So, and again, we talk about a lot of cool stuff. We rank the entire discography of albums in real time is one of our things we do. We're doing a deep dive series right now on REM. If you're an REM fan, we dive into every album, talk about every song like we just did with this one. So please check us out. We've got a lot of cool things going on that we're proud of, so we hope you enjoy them. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys soon on the K&B Music Den.